Hello and welcome to the weekly forecast. My name's Vicki Haspels and I'm the tarot teacher. I'm going to put up, this is the weekly forecast for week commencing October 17th, 2021. Each week I bring you some guidance using the Mythic Tarot, my beautiful old tarot deck, and I choose 6 cards and we have a look at the energy for the week. I'm in my van. I have my camping hair on, so I'm actually at Winton at the Dinosaur Museum, as I do a couple of times a year, and I am back prepping the dinosaur bones, so cleaning the fossils, which is a great, it's a volunteer job that I do a couple of times a year, so it's always a lot of fun. And I keep promising I'm going to do my forecast in the daytime so that I can show you how beautiful it is. And then it's all Sunday again, so hopefully next week I'll bring it to you. It'll be like a live, but it won't actually be, because I'll pre-record it. Or maybe I'll record it in the afternoon on a Sunday. That would be nice too. I would really love to show you where I am at the moment, because it is just stunning outback scenery, and it's very difficult to even take a photo of it because it just looks like a painting. It's hard to describe and it's hard to put it into a picture. But anyway, enough about that. We are here to look at the energy of the week ahead. So as I said, I'm going to choose 6 cards and we're going to have a look at how the energy is affecting us, like me, you, what our guides are letting us know about or moving us or helping us with, what fears we're looking at and what things we're building, what strengths we're building on, how we're going to react, and then what that possible future round it is, and what our karmic contract is around that, our spirit self is around that. So I've just shuffled the deck. I'm going to now randomly choose 6 cards, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to see what's actually coming forward. I don't know about you guys, last week was such a positive reading, such a positive spin, and I felt the energy of that building even before I had the reading. I did the reading, and my week has been absolutely superb. My energy levels before that had been up and down, and I had the best week, and so really feel like I'm, like, for myself personally, heading in a very positive direction. So let's begin, shall we? We've got the energy of where we're at for this week. Oh, interesting. We have the 5 of Cups. 5s to me are a checkpoint, or it's like a check-in time. Where are we at? So we got the 5 of Cups. We're checking in to see how our emotions are at the moment. So we might be feeling very low emotionally, very sort of maybe a little bit broken, maybe a little bit sad. And so this week is one of examining how we're actually like letting go of a lot of stuff that's been hanging around. If we had a really fabulous week last week, or had a really sort of successful goal setting and all those sorts of things, now it's time to process those emotions that we've been putting to one side. So expect to feel a little bit low or letting go of things. There might be some things happen this week that facilitate that grief or that letting go, and that's what the 5 of Cups represents. What's actually, excuse me, my throat's going with that one. So what is our guides helping us with? So our guides or soul energy is giving us the King of Pentacles energy. So the King of Pentacles energy is all about success and grounding ourselves in our physical world. So the King of Pentacles is somebody who reminds us of what we actually have, what skills we have. I'm talking about things that we can quantify, things that we can do with our hands, things that we can actually, our assets or tools or anything that we have. The King of Wands is there to remind us that we have these abilities, that we have this skill, and that we are actually that good. So we'll find that we are feeling a bit not vulnerable as in emotionally vulnerable, but letting go of a lot of emotions this week. And the King of Pentacles is there to remind us and keeping us grounded while we're processing that those a lot of old stuff and a lot of old grief and old trauma. So what are we I guess like this is the challenges or fears part of things. So we've got the Three of Wands sitting in that section. I just need to tune in now. Let me have a look at that for us. What would just bear with me. It's not jumping out at me straight away, so I wanted to actually tune into what the Three of Wands means for us. It's like that sense of and I was thinking that the fact that it's not jumping out at me is actually the message. The message is that we're not getting it. We're worried that we're not getting what this actually means. I really feel that the disconnect between this card and this card. So we'll be feeling like a little bit like we're letting some old stuff go, and we're emotionally letting it go. So we're sitting a little bit of our grief. Again, we're not going to be emotionally vulnerable. We are more about sitting in our grief and thinking, you know what, I'm actually going to bring up some old sadness because I'm ready to let that go. And the King of Pentacles is like, still going to be business as usual though. So I'm going to remind you, your soul is going to remind you that it's business as usual. You can get on with things. It'll be fine. You can process your grief and do real life. The fact that the Three of Wands is sitting there, it made my mind go, whoa. It's like our fear is that we're not going to be able to do it. Our fear is that someone's going to come along and think we feel like a fraud. That's what it is. We're going to feel like we're a fraud this week. So we're going to, because emotionally we're processing instant grief, and our soul is saying, oh, business as usual. And we're going to go, somebody's going to see that and think they're going to see right through some sort of facade that we're putting up there. So we're worried about what other people think about us, in effect. So what does that mean? How are we going to behave with that? We are going to, again, the sun has turned up again this week. Our reaction is to focus on where we're headed. So the King of Pentacles is actually going to work so strongly with us. It's going to help us stay focused while we process our grief. No one's going to see us. No one's going to judge us and think will either reject us or abandon us. No one's going to do any of that. We're going to feel like they will, but they're not going to, because the sun is going to help us stay focused on where we're headed. And so what does our future hold? What is our possible future for this week? What does this all mean? What are we doing all this processing for? Because we are strengthening our boundaries. We are heading into a period of time, looks like here, and it happened last week as well, and I think it's for the rest of the year. I'm just getting that message. It's like for the rest of the year, we are building our strength and we are building our boundaries. We are letting go a lot of grief, and while we're processing that grief, the universe is working with us to keep us on track and keep us strong. We're not going to be squashed or feel like we're less than, because we now have a straight goal and a straight purpose, and the universe is absolutely supporting us through that process. So we don't have to think about this person or think about that situation. We can just focus on ourselves, focus on our goals, and we're coming out of the other side of something much, much stronger. So we're building those really strong boundaries, and that's what this card here is. We are going to be so clear in ourselves about what we're going to allow and what we're not going to allow in our lives anymore. And I'm talking about for the rest of our lives. We're bringing in some really strong boundaries, and this has been a culmination, I think, of the last couple of months, and it's how we're heading into the new year. That's the message I'm getting. It's like, this is how we're heading into the new year. We're strengthening ourselves, because 2022, mate, is going to be great. Okay, so what does this all mean for our soul? What does it all mean for our karmic journey? Oh, look at this. I just said that. It's Ace of Wands. So we are like Ace is new beginnings. Wands is creativity. That means that our world is opening up. We are letting go of old stuff because we can't take that old baggage with us. The grief is not so much that we have to be sad all the time, but the grief, or the Five of Cups, is giving us the opportunity to let that go. We don't need to carry that with us into our future, because we need all of the energy, all the inspiration, and all the wonderfulness of the Ace of Wands to say, this is now my new world. This is where I'm actually heading. And we see it with such clarity. We feel it with such clarity. And we're so excited to step into it. So our soul is preparing us for 2022. by helping us stay focused on our goals, stay grounded in this reality, allow us to let go of some grief, and build strong boundaries for ourselves. And I really feel not just for this week, but I feel like it's going to be for the rest of the year. So all the rest of the weeks and all the rest of the weekly forecasts that I'm doing is going to be building on this type of energy, is that we are taking such strong boundaries and energy and creativity and foresight and wonderfulness into the new year. We are preparing and gearing ourselves up for it right now. Wow, that was a big burst of energy, wasn't it? So that's the weekly forecast for week commencing October 17th. Is it 7? I should have said October 18th. I beg your pardon. For Monday, October 18th, 2021. For tomorrow. We can start it today if you want to as well. But thank you for joining me. I will see you same back time or around about this time. Who knows? Sometime on Sunday. I would really love to show you my my background and my views. So I might come on board a little bit earlier so that I can share that with you. Anyway, guys, much love from me. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you next week. Okay, bye.